This changes everything for the Rangers, as Mike Sullivan and his coaching staff have a monumental opportunity to turn one Rangers player in particular into a star or a stiff. Before we break it all down, folks, a quick reminder that about 74% of you that currently watch these videos are unsubscribed, so please hit that free subscribe button down below as we continue to embark on our journey here at Rangers Digest to bring you the best, most entertaining news, and we're excited that you're here to hang out with us. And now let's hop right into it. Let's break it all down here. Head coach Mike Sullivan finalized and announced his coaching staff yesterday, bringing David Quinn back to New York, bringing Ty Hines and Joe Sacco along with him. And there are two coaches in particular I want to talk about here today. That's going to be the head coach himself, Mike Sullivan, and David Quinn, who is returning for his second stint here with the Rangers. And those two men have a monumental opportunity to turn one player on this roster into a beast, into a stud, into a superstar. This player has untapped potential. I know lots of Rangers fans love him. I know other Rangers fans are extremely frustrated with him. And you've seen his name pop up in trade talks here as of late. He is none other than the 23-year-old Canadian himself, former first overall pick back in the 2020 NHL draft. There he is, Alexis Lafreniere. We refer to him as Laffy here in New York. And he played a total of 82 games this most recent year, which is good to see. You like to see Laffy durable. You like to see him competing every game. But you can see his stats here went down drastically. 17 goals, 28 assists for a total of 45 points on 153 shots, 46 giveaways, 25 takeaways, a staggering minus 13 on the ice, which is his worst since his rookie season, which is extremely concerning to me. He played 17 minutes a night. Alexis Lafreniere is a player here with a lot of potential. He is a player that if he gets things going again, the Rangers could return to the playoffs. The Rangers could get back on track, because this most recent year, it wasn't just Lafreniere that was wrong with the Rangers. The entire team was off. The entire team seemed like they didn't care. But if the Rangers are able to get Lafreniere going, that's going to make a huge difference for this team, not only now, but in the future. And head coach Mike Sullivan and David Quinn are going to tap into that untapped potential that Laffy has. I want to take a look at his stats here. I just showed you what his stats were this most recent year, but I want to take it all the way back to his rookie year and analyze these last 5 seasons, his first 5 in the NHL. He's only 23, but he's been here half a decade already, so it's time for him to get it going, and I really think these coaches will do that. So let's take a look here at Laffy's stats, right? Rookie season, not great. 12 goals, 9 assists, minus 7. Like I said, his minus 13 this year is worse than his rookie season, which is extremely, extremely concerning to me, folks. But really, head coach Mike Sullivan will turn that around, and we'll break that down in just a second. But his rookie year, I gave him a pass. Year 2, you see the growth. He increased his point total by 10, and he went from a minus 7 player to a plus 2. Year 3, took another jump. That's great to see. Another additional 8 points, and he increased his plus minus 8 as well. So he went from plus 2 to plus 10. And as you can see here, his ice time continued to increase. But the issues I had with Alexis Lafreniere in his first 3 seasons was there was no pop and sizzle. There was no flash that we expect to see from a number 1 overall pick, a can't-miss prospect in Alexis Lafreniere. But guess what, folks? Year 4 is when we saw it. Year 4, which was year 1 under Peter Laviolette, he broke out. Now, I get it, he was only a plus 2, but let's take a look at the point total here, folks. He went from he went from 39 points to 57 points, increased his point total by 18, really broke out. Rangers fans believe that was the start of something special. Year 1 under Peter Laviolette, a successful NHL coach. Rangers win the President's Trophy. Rangers are dominant on special teams. Rangers are clicking on all cylinders. The veterans got it going on. The younger players like Alexis Lafreniere got it going on. And boy, oh boy, this year was a major step back, folks. And like I said, not only for Lafreniere, but the entire team, his stats dipped drastically. Drastically. This is a player that got off to a hot start this season. The Rangers themselves got off to a hot start. And we thought that this was going to be another kind of coasting year. We figured we were going to coast to the playoffs, maybe mess around and win the President's Trophy again, and hopefully crack through and win the Stanley Cup. And boy, did things go completely sideways, a complete 180. Everything fell apart. Alexis Lafreniere got off to a glistening, I'm not even going to say hot, a glistening start. That's when the Rangers gave him that 7-year contract extension, and boy, did he fall off after that. Not only did his play fall off, his effort, the entire team's effort, they just looked like they didn't care. And that was year 2 under Peter Laviolette. Obviously, he's not here anymore. And the Rangers have brought in Mike Sullivan. And look, I was not the highest on Mike Sullivan. He was not my first choice. And it's not because of the resume, folks. It's because the Rangers have a habit of doing this all the time. Each coaching cycle, they play it extremely safe. They go with the retreads. They go with the rinse and repeat, the Gerard Gallants of the world, the Peter Laviolettes of the world, the list just goes on and on. The Mike Sullivans of the world. And look, these are all great coaches. These are all coaches that you have to respect. You look at the resume, it shows. But the Rangers have not thought outside the box. That's what I wanted. I wanted the Rangers to think outside the box, move off the veterans, really tap in to the younger players here, like Alexis Lafreniere, like a Will Cooley. And they went with Mike Sullivan. And look, I'm not going to argue against it because the track record is there. And there are some positives from Mike Sullivan and some traits that he's going to bring to this Rangers team that is really, really going to help Alexis Lafreniere. So let's move on to Mike Sullivan here. This is a blog actually from Blue Seat Blogs. So he's talking about Mike Sullivan here. He has a history of developing youth. If you look at that second paragraph here, during Sullivan's time in Pittsburgh, he gave opportunities and oversaw the development of Jake Gensel, Ali Mata, Brian Dumoulin, Brian Rust, Connor Scher, Marcus Pettersson, Sam Lafferty, and the list goes on. Sure, there haven't been many prospects breakthrough in recent years, but that's more on the organization for only having 3 first-round picks in the first 10 years. So all of those prospects I just named, obviously, a lot of you know who they are, but Alexis Lafreniere, folks, he is a better prospect than every single player I just named on that list, every player that Mike Sullivan developed in Pittsburgh. So I really believe that Mike Sullivan is going to bring his discipline principles here to the Rangers, and he is going to help develop Alexis Lafreniere, not only offensively, but defensively, folks. Let's not forget a major difference between Peter Laviolette and Mike Sullivan, both successful coaches, is the fact that Peter Laviolette plays a more aggressive style of defense, and Mike Sullivan plays a more conservative, organized style of defense. And like I said, the Rangers were bad this recent year. They were reckless with the puck on both sides. So Mike Sullivan coming in is going to be a change of philosophy. They're going to be more organized. The communication is going to be better. And Alexis Lafreniere is going to benefit on both ends from having Mike Sullivan here with the Rangers. Like I said, the offense is going to improve. The defense is going to improve. Mike Sullivan, not my top choice. I'll keep saying it. But the track record is there. We all saw what he did in Pittsburgh, a division rival. We saw it for years. He brings 2 Stanley Cups. He brings an organized style of offense and defense. He's developed these players here on the screen, who Alexis Lafreniere is better than. So I can't wait to see what Mike Sullivan does with Alexis Lafreniere on both sides of the ice. But now I want to talk about the second coach here, folks. I want to talk about David Quinn. Many of you know David Quinn. Many of you weren't happy that the Rangers brought David Quinn back. Not exactly a great first impression from Mike Sullivan, right? Kind of a bold move, bringing back a guy who was awful, repulsive, didn't have a clue, didn't have an idea what he was doing as a head coach here in New York. Extremely unsuccessful. Coached 3 years here. First 2 years were ridiculous. I mean, non-competitive, completely non-competitive. Year 3, they backed into the playoffs in a bubble COVID season where there were no fans and the team, quite frankly, wasn't going anywhere. It was so bad, so putrid, that when David Quinn made his first return to Madison Square Garden, the Rangers fans booed the tribute video. The stadium was going wild. There was not a single cheer. The entire stadium booed him. It was really bad when David Quinn was here. But like I alluded to yesterday, folks, I have a different take than most of you. I saw X going crazy yesterday. I saw Rangers fans pissed off yesterday. But I have a completely different take. I think this is genius. I think David Quinn is going to be great in the sequel here on Broadway. His first time around was bad. This time, I think it's a genius move by Mike Sullivan. Bringing back a guy that was with him in Pittsburgh this past season. A guy that took a putrid Penguins power play from 30th in the NHL to 6th. 30th to 6th, folks. Not 30th to 16th, 30th to 6th. This guy is going to help develop Alexis Lafreniere as well. And if Mike Sullivan really wants to make a genius move, really wants to unlock the potential of Alexis Lafreniere, him and David Quinn, they need to throw him on that power play unit. We've seen Panarin and Zibanejad enough. I need to see Alexis Lafreniere. Alexis Lafreniere in 5v5 play this most recent season, and he was awful this year, but in 5v5 play, he had 40 points, folks. 40 points, which was second on the Rangers and better than these players I'm about to mention right here. Austin Matthews, Alex Ovechkin, and Sam Reinhart. 3-star, all-star, borderline superstar players. This most recent year, Alexis Lafreniere in a down season was better in 5v5 play. So the Rangers need to be smart. The Rangers need to put Alexis Lafreniere on the power play. If he was so dominant in 5v5 play, how do you think he's going to play with the man advantage? That's how you unlock Alexis Lafreniere. That is how you tap into that untapped potential, not only on offense, but on defense as well. This is a make it or break it year for Laffy. They must hold on to him. They must not trade him at a low value. This is going to be Laffy's season. I'm here for it. I can't wait for it. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video here at Rangers Digest. I'm your host, Bret Botfeld. Please, in the comments below, I want to see you guys drop some video ideas, drop some thoughts on my takes. And I really look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow in the next video. Once again, I'm your host, Bret Botfeld here at Rangers Digest. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care, folks.